So let's just go to the database, and over here we'll try to create a new table for customer, and I can give it the name customer details. Okay. Now after this, the columns that we have on our HTML, one would be customer ID, then first name, varchar, we'll give it 50. Okay. And then we have last name, email, date of registration. So let me just give it registration date, and it could be of data type. I think we had another, the customer HTML, we can just check. Phone number, yeah, this is the one that we want to add. Okay, got something over here, the email spelling. I'll just save the changes. So you see, when you just keep on going through your code again and again, you'll just find some changes that you want to make it better. Phone, right? It was phone. We'll give it varchar only, and could be of, let's keep it 15 digits. However, we want to save later on with the code or not. Maximum is 10 though. Now we'll create the table. And now what I want to do is, I want to create a stored procedure. It should be save customer details. We are trying to insert the data in this table, and these are the columns, right? So we'll just mention over here, we have to remove the data type in the insert statement. And after this, we want to just take these values and have them as parameters over here. So over here, want to have the parameter names, but these should have the data types. So let me just copy from here once again. Your code helps you to write the further code faster. And now I am giving the parameter names. Yeah, just a syntax error that over here they should come, the parameters before as keyword, and we want to insert all of these in the table. So I'm taking the names from here only, and let me just give the character, and we to add the brackets for the values. Okay, and also you might be wondering that how did I give the @ character before each of the variables in one go? So you press shift and alt, and then you just drag the mouse, so you'll be able to add anything. So you could just add any character or delete any character, so it would work for all of the rows. So this is something interesting that I had learned. some time back while working on a project in the office. Now we just want to execute this query to create the new procedure. Okay, after this, what we want to do is we want to work on the API. So over here, I'll just stop the execution of this solution. And now you see that we already had the inventory controller, correct? We were working on this one for doing all the CRUD operations for our inventory component. Now what we want to do is we want to add a new controller, and this is going to be an API controller. Let's select the empty one and click on add. Now it will request the name. So we are going to give the name as customer controller. And you see over here, it has already mentioned the route as well. From the inventory controller, we just want to take the help of the first method that we had for saving the inventory data, correct? Now we want to do a similar thing over here. We want to save the customer data. So this is going to be save customer data, and for this want to create a new DTO, going to be customer DTO, customer request DTO. And after that, over here we'll be mentioning the properties. Tag in region is going to be, then it's going to be the first name. After that, it's going to be last name. So you see, IntelliSense is very helpful. Then we have email. For that we have phone, and then we have registration date. Okay, we can give it date time. I'll just save this and use this customer request detail over here. The SQL connection would remain the same, but we have a different stored procedure. Now this is save customer detail. Also, what we can do is we can keep it the naming convention same. So I'm just dropping the stored procedure once, and we'll create it again. And we'll create it again with the name sp underscore. Okay, now it says command completed successfully, so we can check over here that in the stored procedure we should have this particular stored procedure as well. So you see that we have got the sp save customer details, and now let's just work on our API. The name of the stored procedure is this one. We have to take it from here, and there are multiple parameters that we are working with, so those also we can take it from here only. One is the customer ID, then we have first name, Then we have last name. This is the one that we can use over here. After that we have email, and then we have phone and registration date. So you see, these are the different parameters that we are sending to the store procedure through the request detail that we receive from the front end. So that part we'll be covering later. But as of now, we have completed the coding for our web API. So let's just save this and we'll run this solution. Okay, so the solution is running now. So you see over here, we have got our new controller customer, and we have created a post method for it for saving the new records in our database. Let's just try it out. We'll give the customer ID some random value and some random values for the email, phone number. Okay, let's just keep the registration date as it is, and we'll be executing this. You see, we have got a 200 success response, but how do we verify it? We'll go to the database and execute the query to select the data from this table that we have just newly created. So you see, the new record is successfully inserted into the table, and we have completed the flow from the web API to the database successfully. Now we'll be working on the flow for creating the connection between the front-end application and the web API.